Hello, everyone. In this lesson, we will be talking about money, as we will continue doing throughout the entire week. Specifically, we will be talking about the coins of €1, €2, and the paper notes of 5, 10, 20, and €50. So you can see these here. It helps to remember them by color. So you can remember that €1 has the gold outside and the silver inside. The €2 have the gold inside and the silver outside. The €5 bill is green, the 10 is pink, 20 is blue, and the 50 is orange. So let's see if we can solve some problems with these euro bills. First up, we're going to try and find out how much money is here. So we have two €5 notes and one €10 note. So we want to see how much money this is. Let's say I have this much money in my wallet and I want to know how much money I have. What I have to think is, well, it's basically like saying 5 and 5, so these two up here, and then another 10. So that's how much money I have. So I have to add these three numbers together, 5 and 5 and 10. How do I do that? By first adding these two, and then whatever I find, I add 10 to them. So I have to think, how much is 5 and 5? Well, we know that that is 10. So this makes 10. And another 10, so 10 and 10. 10 and 10 makes 20. So I have €20 in my wallet. Let's go on to the next one. Here we have a €50 note, a €20 note, and three €2 coins. So if I want to put all of these together, I would do 50 and 20 and 2 and 2 and 2. Okay, let's start bunching these together. 50 and 20. Now, we've said in the past that if you want to do additions like these with numbers that have zeros at the end of them, so like this and this, you can, instead of doing them vertically, which you can do them vertically. You can just say, well, how much is 5 and 2? 5 and 2 is 7. So 50 and 20 makes 70. I just put another 0 at the end, right? And then here we have 2 and 2 and 2. Okay, so let's write that down. 70 and 2 and 2 and 2. 70 and 2 makes 72. You can just put the words together. You don't even have to use your fingers to count. You can just put the words together. 70 and 2 makes 72. And another 2 and another 2. Okay, well now we have 72 and 2. We can use our fingers to count by putting up two fingers and saying, what's after 72? 73, 74. So this makes 74. And we have another 2 to add. 74 and 2. Again, we use our fingers to count. So put up two fingers and say, what's after 74? 75, 76. So this is 76. So in my wallet, I have €76. Okay? Now all of this, you did not need to write. If you can keep all of this in your mind, so say 50 and 20 makes 70, and another 2 makes 72, and another 2 makes 74, and another 2 makes 76. Perfect. You don't need to write any of this. Just say 50 and 20 makes 70, and another 2 makes 72, another 2 makes 74, Another 2 makes 76. Perfect. You don't need to write it at all. But if it helps you to keep those numbers in mind, you can write them down like this. That depends on how you want to work. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. In the next group, we have 4 €1 coins, 2 €2 coins, a €5 note, and a €20 note. So we're going to start like this. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 5 and 20. That's all of them, right? So before we did an example where we wrote all of it down. Now let's do an example where we do it all in our mind. So 1 and 1 makes 2 and 2 makes 3. Sorry, let's start again. 1 and 1 makes 2 and another 1 makes 3 and another 1 makes 4 and another 2, use your fingers to count, makes 6 and another 2 makes 8. And then, so all of this up until here is 8. And now we need to add the 5. So we need to find how much this is. Again, up until this 2, all of this is 8. With the 5, it's going to become how much? Put up 5 fingers and count. What's after 8? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So up until here, it's 13. And then we want to add 13, which is all of this, plus 20. If you can do that in your mind, great. If you want to write it down, what you would do is you'd make the shape. And say 13, 13, which is all of this, all of these put together make 13, and 20, which is the last note, the last paper note, this one right here. So here I would say 3 and 0 makes 3. 1 and 2 makes 3. So in total, I have 33 euros. Great. Let's move on. Let's go on to the next one. Here I have 20 and 20 and 20 and 20 and 4 €2 notes, €2 coins. I'm going to move this a little further down so that we have some room. So I have 20 and 20 and 20 and 20 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. Okay, this is a little more difficult than the last one. So let's try and figure this out. These first two say 20 and 20. If you want to write them down vertically, again, you can, like this. Say 20 and 20. So you see 0 and 0 makes 0. 2 and 2 makes 4. So 40. If you don't want to write it down, you can remember that, like we said before, when they both have zeros at the end, when I'm adding tens basically, when I'm adding numbers that have zeros at the end, that's tens. I can just add a number in front and say 2 and 2 makes 4. So 20 and 20 makes 40. So this is 40. If I add the next 20 in, I'd say 40 and 20. You can write that down vertically, or you can say, well, let's write that down so we can see it. This, again, is 40. Right? 20 and 20 makes 40. And I want to add another 20. I can write it down vertically like we did the last one, or I can say 4 and 2 makes 6. So this one, if I put this one in as well, this 20 in as well, it's going to be 60. Because 4 and 2 makes 6, so 40 and 20 makes 60. So now I have to do 60 and 20. Okay, well, again, 6 and 2 makes 8. So 60 and 20 is going to make 80. So all of these 20s put together are going to make 80. And then I want to add all these 2's. So I'll say 80 and 2 makes 82. And another 2 makes how much? Put up 2 fingers and count. What's after 82? 83, 84. So right up until here, I'm at 84, right? And another 2 makes 85, 86. And another 2 makes 87, 88. So all of these put together make 88. So if I had this much money in my wallet, I'd have 88 euros. Great. Now let's move on to the next one. We have 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. Let's write that down. 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. Okay. 10 and 10 makes 20. Okay, so these two put together are 20. And another 10 makes 30. And another 10 makes 40. So all of these together are 40. Let's write that. All of these 10s put together make 40. And another 5 makes 45. 40 and 5 makes 45. I can just put the words together. I don't have to use my fingers on this one. 40 and 5 makes 45. So let's write that again. All of these together put me at 45. And another 5. Now this is a little more difficult. Let's use our fingers and count. We put up 5 fingers and we say, what's after 45? 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So I'm here, I've put this one in as well, and I get to 50. And 5 makes 55. And another 5, so we want to do 55 and 5. Let's put up 5 fingers and say, what's after 55? 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So all of these together, all of these put together make 60. Another way you could have thought about this, and this is a little more advanced, but you could have thought about it this way, is that this 5 and 5 makes 10. And this 5 and 5 also makes 10. So basically, it's like I'm saying 10 and 10 and 10 and 10, and then another 2 10s. So I would say 10 and 10 makes 20, and another 10 makes 30, and another 10 makes 40, and another 10 makes 50, and another 10 makes 60, which is what we found, right? Whichever way suits you best, basically. Whichever way you prefer. So the amount of money I would have in my wallet if I had all that would be 60 euros. Perfect. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, now we have 50 and 2 and 2. Basically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 €2 coins. So that's 50 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. 4 twos, 5 twos, 6 twos, 7 twos, 8 twos, 9 twos, 10 twos, 11 twos. Okay. This is a little more difficult. Okay, so we can say 50 and 2 makes 52. So up until here, we're at 52. Let's put in this one as well. 52 and 2 makes how much? Put up 2 fingers and count. 53, 54. And another 2, 55, 56. And another 2, 57, 58. And another 2, 59, 60. And another 2, 61, 62. And another 2 makes 63, 64. And another 2, 65, 66. And another 2, 67, 68. And another 2, 69, 70. And lastly, another 2, 71, 72. So all of these put together are 72 euros. That's all for today. Tomorrow we will be talking about how to find change, which is if I buy something and the cashier needs to give me some money back. We'll talk about that tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow.